Alright, let's give it a shot this time. Not really sure what happened last time there. The video was on, then it just sort of dropped once I started streaming. From what I can tell, everything's fine. So we'll go ahead and get started. If there ever are any issues, be sure to let me know so that we can get it up and running again. Alright, so we left off last night after having gotten our Pewter City badge from Brock, and we reached Mount Moon. Now, when I first started this run, I wasn't thinking, and I'm playing blue version, so the male Nidoran actually will not appear in the Safari Zone. There's an off chance that I'll get a Nidorino, but actually, for the sake of time, it might be a better idea to just go catch one outside of Viridian City, back over towards the beginning of the game. So we are going to have to backtrack a little bit, but we're catching a Nidoran male. It has a slightly lower chance of spawning in blue compared to red, but Nidoking is one of our final team Pokemon, so it's a good idea if we can go ahead and get one now, start leveling it up. I'm pretty sure its entire moveset is going to be TMs. I don't have my chart open right now, it's not hugely important. Meanwhile, we have begun leveling up our Beedrill, because we want Twin Needle with him. We've got Charmander, and these two, the Pikachu and the Butterfree, which are not going to be used any further in the run. And in Mount Moon, we're going to be catching our next teammate, so by the time we reach Misty, we'll actually already have 4 of our end game Pokemon, which is pretty nice. These guys really aren't going to be worth much. We'll just go ahead and skip them. Don't stand to gain too much, just kind of wasted time there. And that's a trap. No exit there. I'll get my document open so I can make sure I'm catching everything I need to catch, getting everyone to the proper level. Second, with our yellow team. I don't actually have a team designated for blue, but that's fine. Not much actually changes between the versions. All the same Pokemon. Yes, and the other 2 Pokemon that are to come will be much later in the game. So right now we're going to be operating with 4 permanent Pokemon and just kind of switching out the other 2 as needed. Alright, we have arrived at Viridian City. We're going to go to Route 22 to the west, and we should be able to find a male Nidoran without too much trouble. It might be a little slow, but that's okay. We just got started. Our next Pokemon is going to be a little bit of a grind too, but they're worth it because we're using them long haul, so... Oh, there we go. First encounter. Perfect. Alright. Shouldn't be very effective, so we can weaken it down with this. Mostly what we don't want to happen is poison. Would make him slightly easier to catch, but then we run the risk of killing it. Actually, I'm not sure poison Pokemon can be poisoned in the first generation. Ooh, critical. Risky. Alright, well now it should be ripe for catching. This is perfect. The male Nidoran is actually not supposed to be very common in blue version, so this worked out. Excellent. Alright, let's go heal him up. And that will be our Nidoking. What do we want to name him? Just name him the King. Everybody knows exactly who the King is. Not Elvis. Nidoking. Kong. Nah, makes him sound like a monkey. If we were using Mankey, we could name him the Kong, or just Kong. Alright, so, moving on. That was quicker than expected. Reduced the amount of grind we have to do today by quite a bit. We're still going to keep Beedrill in the front of the party for now. For some future trainers, we'll throw Nidoran up front so that he starts to level up a bit. We can't evolve him until he gets until I get a Moonstone anyway. I guess you'd need 4 Moonstones to level up or to evolve everything in this game. That'd be Jigglypuff, Clefairy, Nidorina, and Nidorino. Fortunately, there are enough Moonstones to evolve everything in a single game in case you wanted to fill up your Pokedex. You just have to know which walls to hit to find the hidden items. But we're not really going to worry about that. I'm not worried about being too completionist in this run. However, in Mount Moon, I will get my strategy guide out so we can figure out exactly where that second Moonstone is, because we'll need 2 of them for our team. I'm going to do some maneuvering here to try to help avoid grass. And, well, a Metapod's worth killing. So, let's go ahead and pull out Charmeleon. Yeah, we'll be able to get both of the Moonstones we need actually in Mount Moon, so that's fine. I can knock that out tonight. In this game, I just have to be mindful of which moves I'm going to be learning on my endgame Pokemon, because I want to make sure that I don't miss an opportunity to learn one of the abilities that I would like to have on my team. By that I mean, you know, like evolving Nidoking too fast and then he doesn't learn one of his natural moves that he grows, or he learns by leveling up, as Nidorino, for example. I don't think that's the case with anyone I'm using in this team, but I'm gonna double check. Kinda bad to get to the end and realize I messed up. Alright, so back where we started. Not too far from Mount Moon now. It is possible to catch Jigglypuff and Clefairy before you go into the actual cave, but you have to go through the cave anyway. We're going to go ahead and just try to catch a Clefairy inside of the cave, because that's one of our team members. Not going to worry too much about the items we can find in here. However, we are going to try to battle all of the trainers. I don't have a map set up right now, so if we miss 1 or 2, oh well. That's what we need, is right there. Too bad we can't catch his trainers. Now, Ember is a special attack because it's fire. Clefairy is notorious for having a very high special stat, meaning that it's not going to take too much damage from Ember, but it's still going to do more than Tackle, so we're going to stick with that. Or Scratch, whatever. There you go, for reference of how little damage it does. The Burn should kill it though, so that's fine. Does the same animation for Burn as Poison. Alright, Beedrill leveled up. It's nice. We need him to get to 18, I believe, to learn Twin Needle, which will make Misty Starmie much easier. which is a plus, because we don't really want to spend too much effort catching Pokemon we're not going to use long term. So, in other words, we won't need to catch like an extra grass type to make it through Misty. Fortunately, Geodude's defense is high. Its special is like medium, so it shouldn't be too hard to take it out. The problem is our only Pokemon right now that's really going to be doing much is Charmander. Charmeleon. Hang on by a thread. Ah man, I should have caught that. Not that it's particularly important, we're not going to use it, but wouldn't have hurt. Gonna avoid Zubat. Of course, this poison sting isn't going to be very effective because it is poison. Actually, it might be a decent time just to pull out Pikachu so we can take out the Zubats, but we'll do that on a need basis. We don't want to give Pikachu too much of our experience because we're not using him. Good opportunity for Charmander to get some experience. I think in this trainer's second Pokemon we'll go ahead and put the Nidoran out so that way it starts to get a little bit of experience. Might need to do a safety heal or two as we make our way through Mount Moon. Since, as I said, Charmander is going to be much more important than anyone else in the team. If Charmander should go down, we'd kind of be up a creek. Alright. Go ahead and throw Nidoking out here. Or Nidoran. Getting ahead of myself. Probably finish it off with a scratch. I want to be somewhat mindful of the embers, just because we're going to be using it throughout this entire dungeon. Alright, good. Nidoran got 2 levels out of that. It's pretty ideal. The Zubat, we will put Pikachu on the job here. I mean, it's not like it needs to go down, but you can go ahead and take it out for the experience. Ugh. Just so much lower level, the Pikachu's at a huge disadvantage. Might as well just use Charmeleon, but yeah, definitely just gonna want to use Charmeleon. It's not even worth the effort of putting out Pikachu. Whoops, wrong move. Alright, we'll finish it off with another scratch then. Yeah, splitting the experience 3 ways is certainly less than ideal. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Nidoran, the initial experience here. This guy's got some Geodudes. No, just a Rattata. Held on by a sliver again, man, that's twice. Taking unnecessary damage there. think after this trainer we're gonna have to go heal up just to be safe. Get Nidoran a little more experience. I'm not sure it's gonna actually learn any useful moves until we start using some TMs on him. Yeah, every single one of Nidoking's useful moves are going to come from TMs and HMs. Because our Nidoking is going to learn Surf. Yeah, Horn Attack's okay for now. I mean... It's risky. We might end up having to use a potion before we get out of here on Charmeleon, which isn't a huge deal. We have it. It's not like it has any other uses. Alright, we do not want Charmeleon getting confused, then we have to switch him out again. Hopefully this is enough to take him out. No, apparently not. Alright, cool. That it does. Okay, let's start heading for the exit. I'm gonna go heal up and then we'll come back. The first moonstone is actually on the first floor here. I could pull up a map so we could navigate Mount Moon quickly, but it's okay. We're gonna explore a little bit. We can use the experience, and we need the random encounters anyway to find a Clefairy, which is, I believe, the rarest Pokemon to find in here. Good old Zubat. Who doesn't love that call? Man. Tonight is nothing like last night. Last night I couldn't find an encounter when I wanted one. Fortunately, we've got plenty of backup Pokemon tonight, so even if the good Pokemon faint, we'll not white out. Or blackout? I believe it's whiteout in this game. I want to say one of the Pokemon games you blacked out instead of whited out. Sorry, my mic keeps touching my shirt. That's where the scratching noise is coming from. I'm trying to keep the mic reasonably far away from my mouth so it doesn't sound like I'm yelling in your ears. That one emote called? Oh yeah, what face. Rip ears, what face. Alright, let me hit the save. Alright, we're heading up to the northwestern side of the cave. We get our first moonstone. So that we have it for a Clefable. Again, we're using all TMs and HMs for that Pokemon. So our team's actually not going to be ideal until pretty late game, because we're going to have to work with what they get naturally until we get the TMs, some of which don't even come until Victory Road. I think by the time we reach Cinnabar Island, the team will be pretty solid. Ugh, come on. It's not ideal that Nidoran should die because we need him to soak up some experience. Of course, now he's already at half health. Does not want to give me something useful. It might be better for Charmeleon to go at the front of the party. I want to say your chance of failing escape has to deal with how underleveled you are from the Pokemon you're encountering. So putting Charmeleon up front would be a safety measure. And then when we get to a trainer, we'll put the King back up in the first slot. Ah, well, that was foolish. Okay, that's fine. I'll say this guy's got like 3 Pokemon, so yeah, there we go. Bunch of Geodudes, Hiker. Whoops. Keep it like this. If anyone prefers, I can stretch it out like that. It just looks a little less neat. You sort of widen the resolution. Much like with Brock, unless I pull out Butterfree, we're always going to be kind of at a disadvantage against these rock and ground type Pokemon, but we don't really want to waste any experience on Butterfree anymore. And Cherry and Larry's getting decently high up. Beedrill out. Like I said, he's going to need to know Twin Needle by the time we get to Misty. Nice, this one seems to have a pretty low special stat. Alright, we're going to put Beedrill out again for the next one. He should learn an attack. No. Terrible. I think it's 18 when he starts to learn something useful, but go ahead and get him out there again. Onix is worth quite a bit of experience. If a Pokemon doesn't evolve, it's worth a relatively high amount, and if it is an evolved form, it's worth way more than the previous evolution. So with Onix not having any evolved forms in Generation 1, that makes it worth quite a bit. Man, that special stat is particularly low. Dealing over half damage with the Ember. Alright. Oh man, can't even get the music to start by the time I'm getting attacked again. Fortunately, we do have Charmander up front, so it shouldn't be too complicated to get away from these guys. Alright, this should be our first Moonstone. Nice. So we're going to end up using that on Clefairy, probably. Yeah. No luck on the Clefairy yet. I'm tempted to just catch a Geodude to get one, but I'm not really going for Pokedex completion in this run. Yep, that is second time I've used the wrong move in a row. I guess that's what I get for not paying full attention. I looked at my phone. Ooh, nice. Alright, we got some Team Rocket thugs. We had the battle here, so that's going to be Zubat galore. Let's go ahead and put Nidoran up front so he gets a little bit of experience. I think we'll go heal after this, just to be safe. Okay, Eradicate. Should be worth a decent amount of experience. It's pretty bulky, so... Ooh, Hyper Fang, that can hit pretty hard. Ooh, we're gonna have to... I don't even have any potions. Yeah, talk about being unprepared. It's alright. It is faster than me, so if it does another attack, I'm gonna be in bad shape here. Worst case scenario, we do still have Butterfree in the party. Confusion is capable of taking out most of this stuff, particularly the Zubats, with it being a psychic type attack. And it is much higher level than the Pikachu we tried to use to counter him earlier. Oh, Paris is slightly uncommon. I think we'll go ahead and catch this just for backup. Parasect can be useful, I want to say. I've never personally used one in these games, but from what I've read, I think there are some decent strategies with them. Alright, so that's not ideal, but it's fine, because we still have Beedrill here. As long as there's someone other than Charmander to soak up experience, we're going to be okay. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That's okay. With it being grass, I thought it was bug too. Wait, is poison strong on bug in this game? I don't think that continues though. Throughout the rest of the series. I can't remember though. I mean, it makes sense because you think about pesticides, that's why poison is strong on grass, but bugs, I want to say it's true for this game, and I can't verify at the current time whether it's true for the rest of the series. Alright, with Charmander up front, we shouldn't have any issues running away from these wild encounters. I think it's like a 5-level difference is enough to always get away, so... That could be total gibberish and wrong, but... I want to say there's some sort of mechanic where that's at least partially true. That your capability of getting away is based on the difference in levels. There are a few off paths here. Not super worried about the other items we can get in the cave. We verify that. Yeah, there's nothing that we need out of Mountain Moon. One of our Pokemon is going to only have to learn 1 TM, which is nice, because that means naturally it's going to be somewhat decent as opposed to having to wait until end game. One of them won't learn their final move till 43. We're going to be at Victory Road probably by that point. Alright, ready to go again. I'll head back into the cave, go fight some more Team Rocket guys. And actually we need to catch Clefairy in this visit, because we won't be able to return to Mount Moon until we can fly, I think. No, with Diglett Tunnel, after we get cut, we could go from Vermilion to Pewter. Alright, I don't really have any interest in fighting those Geodudes. Their defense is too high. By the way, going back to what I was saying before, it's probably just a better idea that we catch the Clefairy, go ahead and get that out of the way. That way we can just heal up and continue with the rest of the dungeon and not really have to worry about that. So let the grind begin. We're just looking for a Clefairy. See, we're not having the same luck we did with the male Nidoran, but it's okay. To get lucky once is better than most attempts. Typically you're always going to be unlucky, naturally. Expect a lot of Geodudes and Zubats. Anyone is watching, feel free to chat it up while we do our grind here. Because always nice to have some Pokemon conversations. Tend to be the best ones. I've met a lot of people striking up a conversation about Pokemon. There we go. Go grab this item. Who knows? Might be a potion anyway. Another Paris. Yeah, what the heck. I'll go ahead and catch this one. Not mess it up this time. King's got much more health, so we shouldn't have to worry about the Paris knocking him out. Whoops, that... Jeez. Leer is gonna be the bane of me. Alright, now we can throw a Pokeball. Just barely hanging on there. Alright, nice. This is a TM. TM12. I'm not sure what that is. Either way, it's not something we're going to be using. It might just be like Leech Life or something like that. Coincidentally, we will be using TM11 and 13, but not 12. Heal up for Nidorann's sake. I'm actually just going to go ahead and put Charmander up front, or Charmeleon, just because right now we're just looking for Clefairy. And we want to be able to run away pretty easily if we get attacked by any more Geodudes or Zubats. Or Parises, I guess. To my knowledge, Paris really isn't that overly common, but we've already had 2 of those spawn. No Jigglypuffs, no Clefairies. Yeah, big surprise. Geodude. Geodude would be, I believe, worth more experience than the Zubats, but it just takes more than one hit to fight, and each one's going to wear my Charmeleon down a little bit. It's just really not worth the effort. Really tough. Sorry, give me just a second, messing with some other tabs right now. See. The Geodude. So I'm doing a little bit of multitasking here. With this one being level 10, we'll go ahead and take it out. Soak up some extra experience. It's pretty much exactly why we don't want to fight Zubats, is that right there. It's okay, this gives Nidoran an opportunity to finish it off and get some experience. Or not. It's great. Why on earth would it use that back-to-back? Well, 3 times in a row. Oh my... Ugh. Zubat is the worst. Alright, it should be enough to finish him off. Alright. Man, it is storming outside. Not too much rain, just a little lightning. Whew, this is always fun. And it's just not giving us a Clefairy. Oh, there we go. A little bit of experience. Not really ideal that Charmander's out front. I think we'll just go ahead and throw Beedrill out there, and Charmander's just going to end up having to take a hit. Alright, not going to miss out on the opportunity this time. With it being a Kakuna, it's actually going to be worth quite a bit. I say we go ahead and put out Nidoran. Finish it off with Charmander. Fortunately, he's going to be doing all of our work for some time. Because the best Pokemon in these games don't really learn much as a result of leveling up, but rather you have to wisely use your TMs. Alright. Yeah, another item. Excellent. That'll be useful. Just in general, while we're in this terrible, terrible cave. It's still not raining. I don't know why. I just assumed it would be. Gonna go ahead and take out this guy with Charmeleon. Yeah, can't land any of these things. Fun times in Mount Moon. Come on, Clefairy. In case there are any viewers out there, just so you know, I'm currently playing this on the Game Boy player on the GameCube. If you hear my buttons being pressed, which I doubt because my mic has a pretty good sound gate on it, but it's because I'm using a GameCube controller. Pretty nice. I'm actually playing on my TV right now, so... Come on. Where you at? Oh, okay, there's the rain. I'm like starting to hear gusty wind in my headset. I know it's got to be pretty gusty if I can hear it through these things. I love all the music from Pokemon. Cave music always has some bad memories attached to it because you think of this exact situation. Zubat spam. But, you know, still catchy. Still gets stuck in your head. Trying to fall asleep at night and all you can think about is Zubats, but at least you have a nice tune to listen to. The survey just described Central America as a country. Not right. Raining hard here now. Hoo. I know it didn't come through on the headset, but there's some lightning. Very close. It was a big flash and then like a huge crash right afterwards. So if I lose signal, that's what happened, but I think I'll be okay. Don't normally have too many issues with that. Good old summer storm down here in Florida. Alright, I'm pulling out my strategy guide here. Let's see why we're not finding a Clefairy, shall we? Alright, Mount Moon. Well, it's just not very common. I don't think it, I think it spawns on a particular floor or anything, so we just gotta keep it up. Zubat, Paris, and Geodude are the other ones that we can catch. It looks like Jigglypuff is actually caught in the route before Mount Moon. Clefairy's caught in Mount Moon. Either way, we're not using Jigglypuff this run. I have a backup team, and for a future run, probably include Wigglytuff in there, just because, like Clefable, its special stat is very high. So, go ahead and check out some of the other rooms. We might as well. We're just looking for a Clefairy anyway, so. Go ahead and fight this Team Rocket guy. I just need to put Charmander out of my first slot to ensure that it's easy that one of my other guys gets the experience for it. I think we'll go with Beedrill. We've been kind of favoring Nidoran for a little bit here, but he really isn't going to be useful for a while, whereas Beedrill is going to have some more use coming up somewhat soon. There we go. Sandshrew is a little interesting to see. Not a great matchup for our current team. Again, this is a situation where Butterfree would be best to use, but we don't want to waste any experience on it, so. It's gonna have a little higher defense than special, but it's okay. Scratch will be enough to do that minor amount of damage. Alright, we're just going to keep doing the switch out method, so Beedrill's going to get experience from this too. Beedrill probably could have taken that on, that's okay. And after this battle, we're going to end up having to go back to looking for a Clefairy. Pretty uncommon, but going to be one of the end game, or part of our end game team that we're going to be using, so it's important that we catch it. There aren't too many places to find a Clefairy in this game. Now let's see how Beedrill fares against this Zubat. Three's okay, I guess. Very much better than the Nidoran with it being ground type. its leech life would actually be super effective. Oh, come on. 3, then 2. You can go up to 5. Oh man, this game is just not on my side. One more. Okay. I didn't want it to live with just a sliver of health. It's okay, good. Beedrill got to soak up all the experience there, so. Alright, let's go grab the item over here. A nice item to get. I don't think there are any hidden items in that wall there. We will run into a hidden item later in the dungeon though. Just a second, folks, sorry. Kind of multitasking at the moment, but there's a few things I need to get done, so please forgive me. Alright, done with that for the time being. Sorry, I'm working on something on the side. Try to secure a few more retro games. More streaming material. Alright, well, I'll just start heading back to the first floor of the dungeon. There's a few more items we can still pick up, and we can run into Clefairy anywhere in the cave, so we might as well be moving around while we're searching. With Beedrill being level 13, it's pretty safe to have in the front of the party now in terms of running away. Got a few more trainers we can go battle too, so an encounter right as that trainer's about to battle me. Good, Beedrill's up front, so he'll be able to soak up some experience. We might bring out the king, soak up one of the Pokemon here. He's got to keep his level in mind. Of course, once we get Clefairy, we're going to have to keep its level in mind too. But it can level up whenever, or we can evolve that whenever. We could actually evolve it as soon as we get it, really. We already have the Moonstone for it, but I'd have to look at its moveset to make sure it's a wise thing, a wise choice. Because everything it knows, it's going to learn from TMs. So if we can get it one useful item that it'll, or one useful move that it'll learn in the interim, that would be beneficial. Alright, Voltorb. Let's send out the king. With him being ground type, actually, Voltorb's at a big disadvantage, but King's a little too low to be taking on Voltorb on his own, so we're just going to make this easy. Of course, with all of this, Charmeleon ends up soaking up experience in pretty much everything we kill, which is going to result in him being pretty over-leveled. That's fine, because we kind of need a carry. The rest of our team is almost non-existent at this point in the game. But and we're taking these measures so that Misty isn't a huge issue. Because Brock obviously is a problem if you pick Charmander, which is why we leveled up Butterfree to get confusion. Put him on clown mode. Yeah, now we have 2 potions. Another trainer over here. Ooh, rare candy. That'd be useful. Not gonna use it yet. I think we'll save that for a later game. When I say later game, I'm kind of thinking like Victory Road. We'll see if it lasts that long, but... We'll solo this with Beedrill, hit him with the Fury attack. Ugh. Used Fury attack 4 times. We have gotten 2, 3, 2, 2. Here we go. Here's one of the benefits of the initial games with using these multi-hit attacks is that if the first attack is critical, then all the rest of them are too. But again, we only got 2 hits out of that. I'm not really sure what's going on with the game and that. It's just giving me terrible luck. Alright, with Metapod, this one might know Tackle or something if we assume that it was evolved from a Caterpie, but it might just know Harden. If the Harden gets too high, then we'll just switch to Charmander and take him out pretty easily. Man, this is terrible luck. Just getting the back-to-back 2s. There we go. Nice. Beedrill getting a pretty good amount of experience in this fight. We'll go ahead and put Nidoran out for this final Caterpie. Nidoran actually could be capable of taking it on its own. See how much this Horn attack does, sort of test the water. Okay. Still gonna have to hit it again, but that's okay. Just using String Shot anyway. I'm not really sure about the speed difference. It might go first. Yeah, it did. It just used String Shot anyway, so no damage taken. And didn't have to share any of the experience of Charmander, so it's kind of a win all around. Yes, you did. Alright, I got another item over here. Excellent. Sort of a worst case scenario backup strategy situation with that escape rope. We already battled her. And gotta get this Clefairy before we can leave the mountain. Because we have to wait a little while before we can get back, and it would be ideal that we get our Clefairy before we move on. So, come on game. I think we'll go hit a heal real quick and we can continue to move forward in the dungeon, but... well, actually we can go down this ladder right over here. Check out one of the side paths. The goal for the night is to defeat Misty. We'll see, it's already 1:30. I was hoping to start about an hour earlier than I managed to, but having some technical difficulties when I was setting up today. TM1. I don't think that's a useful one. Well, one that we're using in this run anyway. I don't know if it's useful or not. Nah. Alright, we got a battle here, and that rock, that strangely placed rock, I believe does have a hidden item inside of it, so we'll go check that too. And then after that, we're going to head back and heal up. We'll just let Charmander, or Charmeleon take care of this. We're lucky in that that didn't land. First sighting of Ekans. We'll put Beedrill out again. Not that I'm doing any sort of special calculations, but he might level as a result of this battle. I believe right now we're trying to get Beedrill to level 18. Nice. There we go. Ethers are used to recover PP. Alright, where we're actually going to end up is on this platform right down here in the bottom. Alright, we're going to start heading back out the cave and back out the entrance. We don't need to blow our escape rope or anything. Paris is relatively uncommon in here. Obviously not quite as much as Clefairy. Oops, wrong way. Let's hoping for that lucky encounter, you know, final step before we leave the dungeon. We got Clefairy. That'd be nice. But alas, we're doing a little more grinding. Gonna keep all the Pokemon we're not using in our party, that's just for safety's sake. Actually, what we could do, we can drop off one, that way when we do catch the Clefairy, it'll be in our party immediately. And even though it's not gonna be in any shape to battle, it still opens up the opportunity for it to soak up a little bit of experience. And we'll dump Paris off. We're gonna keep Peeker Pop in our party, but it's not gonna see any action. In fact, at this point, it's so under-leveled, it can't do anything anyway. Oh. Sorry. Got the yawns. Alright, we're gonna head forward in the cave. Good old Zubat. There we go. There it is. I'm gonna pull out the king for this. Hit it with some horn attacks. The poison sting, I'm afraid it will poison it and die, and with fury attack, I'm afraid we'll get the criticals and accidentally kill it. So we're gonna play this safe because we need this Clefairy, and it's not necessarily a guaranteed catch just because we get it low anyway. Alright, it has hit me with a few growls, but just to be safe, I'm going to start tackling instead of doing horn attack. Maybe one or two others. See how the damage is looking. Okay, we'll hit it with another one. I think we can do one more. Alright. I think we're ready for a Pokeball. We probably could get another attack in, but I really don't want to risk it. First break, alright. What else do we have? Not much. We've got Pikachu's Thunder Shock, which probably wouldn't do very much damage because its special stat is so high. I just really don't want to risk it. Either way, we're going to switch out. Not a great idea to throw Pokeballs back to back to back. Hanging on by a thread. Man, 2 shakes again. Okay, well, unfortunate. We want this. Let's go to Charmeleon. I don't know, maybe we can intimidate it into submitting to our Pokeball. Would be nice to have a status ailment that didn't deal damage as an option, but I don't believe I have anything like that right now. I don't have any Thunder Wave or anything like that. Or Hypnosis. There we go, okay. Excellent. I'm gonna save after this, just because we finally got this. Man, it took quite a bit of time. Alright, we've already battled this guy. We do still have a few trainers left in here. And a Moonstone. And the fossil, actually. We're gonna get our Dome or Helix fossil. I think Dome is Kabuto and Helix is Ammonite. For the sake of this run, it really doesn't matter which one we get. Sell them for cash. Sorry if my cord is causing a bit of noise. Oh no, okay, Helix Fossil is for Kabuto and Dome is for Ammonite. Go with Dome. No, Helix. Kabutops is way cooler than Omastar anyway. I'm gonna take this guy on with Beedrill. Why is this Rattata causing so many issues? Alright, we'll go ahead and let Clefairy get the experience from this, and we will obviously finish it off with Charmeleon. Gotta love the low health noise in these old games. Doesn't get annoying at all. There we go. No issue with the confusion. Now I'm getting angry. Level 10, I'll finish this off with Charmeleon. Ooh, team's looking pretty beat up right now. Gonna keep Beedrill up front. Still need to get him to 18. Would be nice to start soaking up some experience with Clefairy, but Clefable really isn't going to be useful for some time, I think, until we get this Celadon. No, be useful in a little bit. There's our second Moonstone. That is a hidden item, but as long as you know where it is, it's pretty easy to get. You just walk up to the wall there and press A. Fortunately, we're not using Alakazam in this team, so we aren't going to have to go through that trouble. Alakazam is problematic because... or Abra is problematic because it teleports as soon as you encounter it, much like the later renditions of the Pokemon games. So not renditions, that would imply that they're remakes. Installments, how about that? First encounter of Muck. Grimer, sorry. I am starting something else in the background, so pardon me, I will be slightly distracted, but not enough to where it's going to create too much of an issue in terms of gameplay. Let Clefairy get some of this. Maybe Clefairy will get a level out of that. Nope. Alright, Coffer. Put Clefairy out again. Ideally it'll hit 10. And back to Cherry and Larry. We're gonna have to use an antidote after combat on Charmeleon here because we can't have him faint. He's pulling all the weight of our party right now, so... There we go, level 10. Alright, as I said earlier, we're going to go with the Helix Fossil, get ourselves a Kabuto later. Not that we're using it. I do have a backup team where I believe we do use Kabutops, but... Alright, and that is Mount Moon. We ended up getting all the items. I think we battled all the trainers. And we caught a Clefairy. So we kind of did everything that there is to do there. We encountered everything that you can. We didn't catch a Geodude. That's really not a big deal. For some reason I feel like there's a hidden item here. Maybe not. Oh well. Alright, there are a few trainers coming up here. Hidden item, hidden item? No? Alright, not that. Alright, I am on another tab, but I'm going to continue moving through the game. TM4. Trainer up top there. I don't think I can get to her yet. Not from this angle anyway. You can encounter a few Pokemon in that patch of grass right there. I want to say like Mankey might be one of them, or Sandshrew or something, but we're not going to end up using any of the Pokemon that spawn there, so definitely in need of heals. Alright, so now we're getting our grind on. There's some trainers on Nugget Bridge up here north of town. Let me check the buildings here. I know there's some useful things here. I don't remember what this guy has for trade. I do not, but that is how you get Jinx. I don't even have a Poliwhirl at the moment. It's the bike shop. I think you get a voucher and you can get a bike for free. Get a voucher by going to see Bill up to the north, I think. Gotta go north. Alright, Beedrill would be a bad choice against that Pidgeotto. I think we're okay here. I actually didn't really account for the fact that this battle takes place, but I think we're okay. Pidgeotto is kind of tough, and we're going to have a War Turtle we're going up against too, so we might end up having to pull out Butterfree, even though we don't really want to do that. I do have a few potions in the bag, so... Alright, so we'll do this, it's okay. Abra, I want to say, will know one attack. Apparently it just knows teleport, so this Abra's kinda not really a Pokemon, but that's fine. Actually just made things easier, because we'll probably end up having to use a potion on Charmeleon here. And keep wanting to say Charmander, doesn't matter, we all know who we're talking about here. Alright, setting up Beedrill. He might actually be able to take on this Rattata. It is level 15. Probably knows quick attacks. That could be problematic, but we'll see how it goes. Not really too much use in using String Shot, because if its speed goes lower, it's definitely just going to start using quick attack anyway. Ooh, that was rough. At least we can get some decent damage in here. Oh man, it only wants to give me the 2 hits. That has just not been on my side this entire night. Hopefully Ember can just finish this off now. Nice. Okay, so now we just have the War Turtle. Excellent. Oh, it's just Squirtle. Okay. Let Clefairy get some of this experience. And this is tough. I think we're gonna have to let Butterfree do the job here. As unideal as that is, that's what we're gonna have to do. However, we're not going to protect Butterfree in the case that it should get pretty close to dying, because it's not a big deal. We'll just throw out one of our other guys and soak up the experience. This way Butterfree actually just does damage and doesn't take any experience away from our useful team. So this is actually working out pretty fine. Alright. Let's let... just a little risky. We're going to try to defeat it with Charmeleon. Okay, we should be okay. Nice. Excellent. Alright. See a rash. Let's heal up after that. Sorry, team. I'm doing something in another tab here. Good old Nugget Bridge. We get 5 trainers and then sort of an extra trainer at the end. Get a nugget. Then we get to see Bill, and actually I think there's another trainer or two over to the west. It's where you catch Abra, it's where you catch Bellsprout. We're not going to be catching those Pokemon though. Alright, right now we need to get Beedrill level 18. That's our first order of business, and then once we have that, we'll be able to go and approach Misty. Gonna continue to just use Beedrill. He really needs to soak up all the experience he can get right now. There we go. That's a good Fury attack. We haven't had any that were that good so far tonight, so we'll take it. Alright. We're gonna switch out Beedrill. Gust will be super effective, and there's not really any reason to take the extra damage at the moment. Him being ground type, he's okay. I don't know about this level difference. We might just end up having to go to Charmander. That's okay. The king needs some experience anyway. Everyone needs experience except Charmander. Nidoran. And put Beedrill out to take care of that. Sorry, it's kind of dead in here. Been distracted and working on something else on the side. No, it takes away from the stream. I apologize. Working on getting Beedrill to 18. Won't be easy. I ain't getting a lucky roll here. Excellent. Alright, focus energy I think will give us an increased chance to get some critical hits. It's kind of useful. In conjunction with Twin Needle, it might be useful. We'll see. Wrap is kind of annoying. Can't do much about it though. Ugh, I might end up having to call it a little early tonight. I'm pretty tired, and the other thing I'm working on is kind of end up being a bit more time consuming than I was hoping. That's okay, I don't think we've had too much activity on the stream tonight. Maybe later in the week we'll get a little more activity. That's okay, tonight was sort of a in-between stream anyway, because we're kind of prepping for Misty. And it's not too long after Misty that you end up finding Lieutenant Surge, so I have sort of a few badges coming up. Not today. Alright, we're gonna have to go heal again. We'll get to the end of Nugget Bridge. How about that? Tonight we'll get to the end of Nugget Bridge. Number 4. I am getting tired, thanks for asking. Oh, hey Brandon. Yeah, I just, it took me a while to get set up. Hold on one sec. It took me a while to get set up because my capture card kept connecting and disconnecting, so I just restarted my computer and then it started working again. I don't know, sometimes I have to like open the Elgato capture card and close it and open it again, and then OBS is like, oh yeah, you have a capture card in. I don't really know why it's being such a pain, but That's cool that you added the amiibos. Did you end up getting the different forms of Zelda then? I know you were showing me one earlier. I assume that was one of the like store exclusive ones. But tonight tonight really hasn't been that active. I've had one or two or three viewers sort of pop in, but no chat or anything, so not much activity. But in terms of gameplay, finally caught a Clefairy. That took quite a bit of grinding, and then we also got the male Nidoran. First encounter. In blue version it's supposed to be pretty rare, but first encounter in the patch of grass we got male Nidoran. So that was pretty lucky. How do you properly prepare before streaming? I tend to open it in the Elgato thing and then close it and then open OBS. Sometimes I don't have to do that, because if I have the Elgato thing open and OBS, it's like, oh, it's currently in use in another application, so I have to close one. Alright, Beedrill needs to level up to 18 so that he learns Twin Needle, because essentially that's what we're going to be using to bring down Misty. We might have to throw out Butterfree one or two times, but it hasn't gotten any experience since Brock. I've made sure of that. I can never tell if I'm getting the pause lag because I never have any viewers. Alright, we have Mankey out here. It's going to be not very effective, so... Ooh, what? I thought Beedrill was flying. Yeah, maybe Karate... Oh, you know what? Karate Chop is a normal type move in this game. What level is it? 18? Yeah. Charmander's going to have to finish this off. I don't even have OBS maximized right now. I don't see any pause lag though. I have a different model than you do though. I have the older one that has the retro inputs. That's how I have my GameCube. Yeah. To my knowledge, I haven't had that issue. I see it somewhat commonly on yours. I don't really know what causes it. It's just the capture card acting up, I guess, but kind of sucks. Can you like reduce the frame rate? I know you have the HD 60, right? Can you like reduce the frame rate to like 20 or something, and that would like fix the problem? Or 30, I guess. I don't know what the frame rate output of like a Game Boy is, but... Oh, okay, I see. I'm assuming you're talking about capture cards, not video cards, right? Let me save. This guy isn't a threat, but I just haven't done it in a little while. So this guy's like, congratulations, would you like to join Team Rocket? He gives you a nugget. Oh, okay, I see. By the way, would you like to join Team Rocket? We're a group dedicated to evil using Pokemon. Want to join? I'm telling you to join! I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Yeah, okay, I got you. You had just said video card earlier, so... Yeah. It's the best. You go through Nugget Bridge, and the guy's like, he battles you because you won't join Team Rocket. Yeah, I'm sure when you play this game, you felt like, yeah, like that emote you did. Hitting that forehead. Which emote is that? I'm still trying to learn the names of the emotes. There's one called Franker Z, because that's what they named the dog after. I'm not actually sure what that one is. There you go, Beedrill 17. Yeah, I moused over that one. That's how it seems good. Oh, okay, that makes sense that they called the dog Franker Z then. I like when people use what face, like when there's feedback or something, and it's like rip ears. They do what face. Yeah, the Bob Ross one, that was because of Smite though, wasn't it? Because Smite had that agreement with the Bob Ross Foundation, and they got that Sylvanas skin. And I know Smite is working pretty close with, or Hi-Rez is working pretty close with Twitch these days. Yeah, I've noticed that is when you tend to see it a lot. And you also see Bible Thump when something sad happens, which is Binding of Isaac. I didn't realize that. I don't really see that one too often. So when you stream, I notice that you mark it as retro. Is that because there is no category for like Wario Land or what? TM45, TM45. No, that's not what we're gonna end up using. We use 46. Oh no, we're not. Oh well. The last one I see sometimes. What is the first one supposed to be? I don't even know what that is. Oh, okay, I see. I just list this one as Pokemon Red Blue. I figure that's known enough. Anyway, this is the patch of grass where you'd eventually find Mew. You have to go and encounter a certain Pokemon, then go encounter another trainer and fly right as soon as they engage you. Then you fly, and this needs to be the first. You need to come to this patch of grass without encountering any other Pokemon. Oh, okay, I see. Alright, once Beedrill gets to 18, I guess we can start using experience for some other stuff. I've never seen that emote before. I mean, then again, it might have been used during GDQ. I actually had my chat on the TV. I had the chat completely closed all throughout GDQ. I didn't really care so much about what anyone was saying. I just wanted to be able to watch the games. I have 2 games in my cart right now on GameStop that I'd like to get, but I'm trying to do some surveys to save up enough e-reward stuff in order to get a $25 gift card. Problem is, I've gotten decently far in like 2 of them, and then it's like, oh, you're not eligible. It's pretty annoying. I'd probably have to do like 5 more surveys. Oh, I see. That was pretty bad then. I was telling Anna, there's a surprisingly high, or surprisingly big community of transgender speedrunners, it seems. Yeah, no, they have a ton of moderators, and it's just not enough. It's like during that all-online Super Nintendo speedrun that Feasel hosted. I mean, they must have had like 10 moderators at any time, and it was still problematic at times. And that didn't even have anywhere near the viewing count as GDQ. Actually, I don't need to go back yet. Right, it was smaller, so I can see that GDQ would be even worse. Yeah. Oof, I'm getting pretty tired. Goal is to get the second badge tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna make it that far. Gotta. Burn is so weak in this though. Right. If you over-moderate, people also will intentionally say things just to go against the curve there. And it's not really effective to censor words because people just misspell it and still say it. They'll just misspell it intentionally. Yeah. Well, even when it comes to something that's actually offensive. Is it working? Is it working? Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, you just let it dry out before you turn some and it'll be fine. Alright. Okay. I've been looking at 2 retro games on GameStop and I'm trying to get in some e-reward surveys so I end up not having to pay anything for them. What? Right now it's just Brandon. Throughout the night there have been, I think, like 3 different people that have hopped in, but there's no chat and it's pretty quiet all night. But, you know, it happens. Oh, love you too. Yeah, it's not super common, but it's okay. I mean, the 2 games that I'm looking at, one is $20 and one is $10. I got a few dollars off each for having the pro membership or whatever. So it's like those really aren't ideal for doing, those really aren't ideal, you know, sale prices anyway, you know, because you want to get 3 things that are typically around the same price range, and it's like, yeah, I had 6 things picked out earlier, but really what it comes down to is these are the 2 that I'd want the most. One being Final Fantasy Adventure, because I'd never heard of that, and it's on Game Boy. On eBay, it's about the same price. I don't know, I might just pick them up, because I don't even have any surveys available to me at the moment. But I guess that's true, yeah, getting a free game. No, not Final Fantasy. No, I have Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, and 3. Look up Final Fantasy Adventure. It is a different game. Those are the romance, or those are the Saga series. This is part of the Secret of Mana series. Or the Mana series, I guess. Look up Final Fantasy Legend and Final Fantasy Adventure. They have their own Wikipedia pages. They're different games. It's for Game Boy. I can't imagine it being real time, but I mean, you could be right. I don't actually know. Let me just try adding anything to my cart and see if it comes up as the discount, but I don't think it will. Here, add to cart. Nah, okay, it's fine. No, I never picked up Ever Oasis, and it actually sold out on Amazon when they had that error earlier. I tried to put it on there, or in my cart, and so did Final Fantasy, or Kingdom Hearts 2.8, Crash Bandicoot. All of those sold out, so they all must have had issues. It sucks because I would have liked to have picked up I would have liked to have picked up Crash Bandicoot. I didn't realize that was one of the things on sale, but it makes sense that you didn't see it because Nintendo everything wouldn't have listed that. Ugh, not paying attention, damn it. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. I probably won't ever pick it up, but, you know, it just looked cool. Alright, we're just going to try to get some damage in here with Butterfree. Hopefully it dies, that way it doesn't get any experience. With Beedrill being dead, that's less than ideal, because he is who needs all of their experience right now, but just throwing out the garbage stuff. Anna plays a lot of Fantasy Life. She's been going through and like maxing everything out recently. I don't know. They seem to have a relatively high standard for their games, so I would hope that the controllers are not loose. The sticks aren't loose. Alright, we're just gonna have to potion Charmander. We're losing way too many Pokemon here. But Pokemon like this are problematic, and this is why Misty would be a problem. Because Slowpoke is the same typing as Starmie. Yeah. And that's why we're getting Beedrill up, so that he'll learn Twin Needle anyway. That'll be Bug type, and we'll have the opportunity to do multiple hits that are super effective. Alright, give me just a second. I'm actually going to go ahead and place this order real quick. Which game? Are you talking about Ever Oasis or Fantasy Life? Oh, yeah, it does look sweet. Final Fantasy Adventure. Ugh, $6 shipping. Never like to see that. Alright, give me just a second. I'll be right back. Let's go grab my card. Figured they would do free shipping on an order over $25, but I guess not. Alright, and we're back. Alright, got the order in for those two. Ended up saving $3 because of the card, that's nice. An order's over 50. I don't know, I definitely didn't want to spend that amount. It came out to like 35. It's probably more than I was wanting to spend, but it's okay. I just have to be careful. I probably shouldn't really buy much for the rest of the month. Final Fantasy 12 comes out today, actually. You had to pay 6 times 2? Oh, that sucks. Is it like $50 before sales price? Well, that sucks. With the 2 different orders, will it take off 2 of the cheapest then if you do it that way? I would have figured that you would have done like four orders of 3. I see. Were they all like the same price? Because I feel like if you did orders at 3, you could still end up saving a few bucks. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Oh, okay, so it really wouldn't have been that big of a difference anyway. You know, actually... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, thinking of how Clefable could be useful right now, but Clefable won't even begin to be useful until after we beat Misty. Hold on. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. On his recorder thing just turned on randomly. I was like, who is talking? Yeah, nice. That's pretty good. Wait, Beedrill just hit 18? He didn't learn anything useful? Oh, it's level 20. Damn it! I've been looking forward to 18 all night. Just to find out that it's 20. Alright, we might have to do a tiny bit of grinding. That's okay. That's pretty nice. I have it pre-ordered at Amazon. I don't have the Best Buy Gamers Club thing. I know Chris used to. Man, so many times tonight this has happened. That last little sliver of health. Alright, well. Soon enough we'll be battling Misty. Soon enough. Just need to get Beedrill up. 2 more levels. Yeah, I know. The beginning of the game is tough. With Charmander. But with the team I'm using, I mean... I don't know. Like, my current team includes Charizard. I was planning on doing some more runs of this after this one. I'll probably just like wipe the same game and start it over. And I have some backup teams. I've got one with Blastoise and I've got one with Venusaur, so... Because my goal is to make teams that don't have any Pokemon that overlap, so you get diverse sets. Oh, whoops, I meant to change here. Alright, don't need that anymore. Sorry, I'm just closing some tabs real quick. Back to Charmeleon. Yeah, against these hikers, like... Beedrill can't do anything, so... Fortunately, Ember does quite a bit of damage to Geodude, even though it's not very effective because his special stat is low. In Gen 1, there's no differentiation between special attack and special defense. It's just combined into a stat known as special. The Geodude and other rock types will have high defense, but not special. Alright. How are we doing? Okay. Damn it! Oh, that was so stupid. I was just thinking, don't walk right up in front of him. Oh well. Oh man, that was so dumb. It's okay. If you don't walk up in front of him, then you can get that item behind him without having to come back once you know cut. That's okay. Actually, that item is an item that we will be using on one of our useful Pokemon. It's Seismic Toss, which, I mean, is a terrible move, really, because it just deals damage equal to your level. And therefore doesn't actually count as a fighting type move. Because you can't be super effective with moves like that. But it is one that I end up using. I might end up using something else though, because it doesn't really count as a fighting type anyway. You might as well just have a normal attack in that case. It can be useful against Pokemon with high defense because it does a set amount of damage. I guess it does a set amount of damage before mitigation? I don't actually know. Can it be mitigated? Not really important. Alright, now we can talk with Bill. Oh no, one more trainer. Two more trainers? Okay. Is this a boyfriend and girlfriend? Nice. Yeah, it's always a good idea to have someone else look at your resume. Particularly if there's someone in a position that hires a lot. Who is Wes again, though? Somebody you work with? Oh, right, yeah. I thought that might be who it was, but for some reason I thought you said he didn't work there anymore. Oh, okay. It seems so common that you're gonna get just the 2 hits with Fury attack. Unfortunately, like, all the grass types in this game are also poison type though, so it doesn't really do much good for me to have Poison Sting. Oddish, Bellsprout, Bulbasaur. Oh, come on. Couldn't have done the extra 2 or 3 health. No, yeah, now it's definitely time to switch back over to Charmeleon. Unfortunately, I think this is the last trainer, and then we'll get the bill. Get the... Is it the ticket for the SS Anne, or is it the bike pass? Now I don't remember. I think it might be the ticket for the SS Anne, and you get the bike pass after that. I don't remember though. There's only 10, or it's just showing the top 10? I was trying to look up Super Win the Game, which is this game I 100%ed the other day. That's like very Metroidvania. It's really fun, and there were no submitted scores for that game. There were also only a few scores submitted for Poi, which is what I was telling you about the other day. That's very similar. Very similar to Mario 64 in that, like, you revisit levels with a particular goal in mind, and it's like, instead of stars, you're getting like medallions or something, champion medals, something like that, explorer medals. But the other game I was thinking would be fun to speedrun would be Ares, but that game is hard. There we go, SS Anne ticket. Just SS ticket, but I mean, obviously to the SS Anne. So SS Anne has a hidden rare candy. I'll probably try to grab that. Other than that, I'm not really going to worry about getting all of the items. Not really that important. Now the long walk back. Well, they must have some sort of way to skip, like, to the last world or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't, like, do they normally let people, like, GDQ might be aiming a bit high in terms of, like, getting there, like, next year. But, I mean, do they normally let people chain games back to back like that? I mean, a relay is one thing when they've got different people playing each of the games. but because GDQ, they only tend to invite like the top players, you know? And then you have to submit and it has to be accepted. Alright, we have Twin Needle. So let's get some experience on Clefairy since we're going to start using her soon too. Yeah, but for like, I imagine, I mean, I don't have any figures to support this, but I imagine that it's probably like, you know, they only accept like an eighth of the games that are submitted or whatever. Oh, you can? I hadn't seen the declined ones. That's surprising. I don't have any status ailments or Pokemon that are faster than Abra. If you're gonna catch it, you just have to throw a Pokeball at it. There we go. Not really much point in catching this, but because I can't evolve it if I wanted to. And if they get the N64 out, and I think I only have one Game Boy cartridge thing for the N64 anyway. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Beedrill's already the level he needs to be, so not too much need to grind. Actually, there's really no need to grind. But just to show it off, we do have Twin Needle, which is going to be good. That's cool. I'd like to go to that too. Depends on, I guess, if I can be in town during that time. But I'd like to go, and if we got tickets, I would just quest it off or whatever. Oh, you get the bike ticket from the Poke Fan, that's who it is. I just remembered. Don't really need that many Pokeballs. Yeah, I mean, I figured that was implied. It would only, like, I mean, Anna wouldn't be coming, it would just be me. But yeah, you could just stay in the hotel that they're having the event because they tend to block off rooms. Which doesn't mean they literally block off rooms, it just means that they offer rooms at a discounted rate for people that are there for that particular event. But up to a certain number of rooms. But yeah, it sounds like, from the way they talk about SGDQ and stuff, it sounds like it's not really a big issue to get a hotel room in the conference center that they're having the event at. guess in the next fight, in the next trainer battle, we'll get Clefairy some experience. It wasn't really the best plan to not get any experience with him. There we go, it should finish it off. Nice that Twin Needle can also poison like that. Is less than ideal. Damn it. Are you kidding me? And really, if you wanted to go full ideal, you could go Bellsprout here, but I don't want Bellsprout. Well, I guess anything you missed you could just watch on demand anyway, but I mean, that would be fine. I think the cost of attending the event is only like $30 or something. I mean, it's not a huge hit if we did just want to go as visitors or guests or whatever. I'm not really sure why they gave Misty dark hair in her sprite. They should have just given her like the reddish hair. It looked kind of black from my perspective. Ugh, that X defense is really gonna make this a bit of a pain. It's alright, we got potions. Oh, right, okay. Nice, now I can put stuff to sleep. Actually, with that in mind, it might be a good idea just to throw Clefairy out and do a sing real quick. Hope it lands. Clefairy's got a relatively high special, so the Starmie shouldn't be able to kill it in one hit. Nope, no luck. Okay. Bit of a safety heal here. Gonna take quite a bit more damage good with the water gun. Nope, okay, that didn't work. Oh. That kind of sucks, because the whole purpose of getting Beedrill to 20 was to be able to take on this Pokemon. Those are critical. And you couldn't have burned him. No, I'm gonna have to reset. Yeah, there's nothing left here. Hey, reset on this thing. I don't think you can. Alright, I'll just have to reset the GameCube then. Alright. Alright, so there's gonna be no experience soaking. With Starmie. The Starmie got really heavy hits on Beedrill and defeated him. And without Beedrill, I have no chance of taking out Starmie. I really probably shouldn't do any experience soaking or experience sharing in this battle, just because it is difficult. But the Staryu can be relatively easy. With Starmie, I did an experience share by throwing out Clefairy, and that was a mistake. Alright, I'm gonna do this, and then hopefully he just does something stupid. No, of course he didn't. Did way more damage. Okay, that's nice. I'm gonna have to do it again. So the Starmie is way faster than me, so if I get it... Oh my god. Yeah. You can't just use Tackle again? Are you kidding me? Okay, well... Either way, I'll be able to get at least one attack off. Because my goal last time was to see if Clefairy could land that Sing and just put it to sleep. But with it being so much lower level and the accuracy being so low, that's just really unlikely to happen. Bubble Beam is the worst thing to get hit with. See, but really, ideally, you would just hit him with two Twin Needles like that. Unless he misses, though, I'm dead. Yeah. Alright, well, see if we can get a Sing off. Yeah. Alright, and Butterfree isn't going to be able to do anything anyway, because the Confusion's going to do essentially no damage. But get a few hits in there, and maybe Charmeleazoid will be able to finish it off. I doubt it, though. There's no way. Yeah, X defend, too. Well, the X defend actually really isn't that important because I'm gonna keep using special attacks anyway, but me name Beaker Pop. DAS. He's so dead right now. Yep. You did your emos out of order, didn't you? Isn't the dead one supposed to be after the bullet? Charmeleozoid is so dead. Yeah, I would still have to hit it with like 2 other ones. Oh, time for reset. I mean, really, what it comes down to is I need to get lucky. It's like I could grind more, but it's so slow, and really it would just be trying to get Beedrill like an extra level or 2. And I don't think that's going to really make any difference. Because the Starmie always hits really hard. Really what you need to do here is to catch a Bellsprout, but again, I don't really want to do that. Because if everything goes the same as last time, but Clefairy can land its Sing, then I can throw Charmeleon out and probably deal enough damage to kill it. But either way, I need Clefairy to soak some experience here, because otherwise it won't level to 13 in this battle. Alright, tackle is what we want. Criticals, not so much. But the last 3 times I've done this battle, the first attack has been a critical with Staryu. Alright, well, that one's smoother than last time. And an alternative is I could hit Focus Energy and then Twin Needle and hope for a critical hit, but I don't foresee that happening. Actually in a pretty good situation here. I'm going to use a potion. No, I think we're okay. Yeah, excellent. Got really lucky that time. All they did was tackle. There we go. 3rd time's a charm. I was hoping not to have to reset like that, but wasn't really any way around it. Yeah, you're what face in that situation. Alright, let's go ahead and let me look something up real quick. Make sure I'm not missing out on any decent moves here. Why would Clefable be previous? Stupid. What is that emote supposed to be? Oh, okay. Yeah, Clefable doesn't learn any moves once it evolves. Okay, and Clefairy can learn Bubble Beam anyway, so we'll just Arm L and Kappa Quick and Arm R don't show up on my chat. There, now Clefairy is useful. You have more than one subscription? I just have mine to. I use my Amazon Prime one to Dave. That's his most recent one. I really like that one. It's like a like a what did that guy just say? Why sure for? Eventually I'll use that HP up, probably on Clefairy. I'm not really worried about it right now though. Does Khepri play Overwatch exclusively, or? Oh, okay. I don't know why I hadn't made the connection as to what PUBG actually was. I see that on Twitter all the time, and I was like, oh, it must be a game. Like, I was thinking at first it was like a public game or something, but no, it's PlayerUnknown's Battleground, obviously. Alright, gonna go grab one last TM, and then I'm gonna call it for the night. Another TM that's useful. Actually, I won't even need my escape rope because I'll have this TM, if you can guess what it is. Alright, I want to say that this guy gives me the TM. Oh yeah, that's right. Clefairy's normal. Actually, Karate Chop is normal too, so that doesn't really matter. What? Well, at least in this game it wastes a turn when a Pokemon wakes up. They don't just wake up and are able to attack again. Actually, this wasn't the best pick. I should have just gone with Charmeleon. Whatever. Normally I'd go back to Beedrill at this point since Twin Needle would probably kill him in one hit, but there's no reason in letting him die. Like how I put his Pokemon to sleep, he wakes up the next turn. I bet this is gonna last all 6 turns. 5 is the cap now, I'm pretty sure in this game it's 6. That's 4. I woke up, and now I'm confused. That lasted 5 turns, the sleep did. Very good. Yeah, Diglett does learn dig without use of the TM. Alright. We are going to teach this to Charmeleozoid. Yeah, I'll let it take this slot, that's fine. I mean, I'm just thinking about where I want it to be positioned, it really doesn't matter. Alright, we have met the goal for today. I'm tired, it's after 3, when the hell did that happen? I'm gonna heal up and then we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. Tomorrow we should be able to get at least 1 badge. No. Yeah, probably only 1. I have to go through the cave that requires flash after Lieutenant Surge. And we still have the it's gonna be SSN. It's gonna be SSN, then Lieutenant Surge, then the cave, then Lavender Town, which doesn't have a gym. And then we'll be able to start going through like Erica, and then Sabrina. I can't remember. Either way, this is where we're headed now. That's gonna be blocked, so we're going through here. Guy wants to trade something. Yeah, male from female. I think there's a hidden item or two somewhere in the ground in here. I don't remember. I'd have to look up where they are. It's not really a big deal. I don't remember it being anything particularly useful. Yeah. Alright. And this is the calling point right here. So we're all rested up. Nice. Okay. Alright, well that's going to do it for tonight. I'll talk to you later. I don't even know if you're still awake, but yeah, thanks for hopping in. And tomorrow we'll be able to make a bit more progress than today. After the first 2 challenging gym leaders are done with. So, good night, and I'll be streaming probably tomorrow night. I don't see any reason why not. So, yeah, see ya.